fourth meeting of the Rotary 2020-2021. First meeting of this year, and happy to have all of you in attendance. So we shall start the meeting right now. Welcome again. So we shall start off with the Rotary Grace, and this will be led by Rotarian Njokindungu.
Happy New Year, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and friends. I'll take us through the Rotary Grace. O God and giver of all good, we thank thee for our daily food. May Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all of our days. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very, very much, Rotarian Njokindungu. Next is the loyal toast by the president. So if you have a glass, a drink, please charge it. If not, place your hand over your heart. To His Excellency the Republic of Kenya. Is it to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya?
To the President.
Thank you everyone. Next we have the four-way test by Rotaractor Chelsea Nyambura.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very, very much, Retractor Chelsea. And thank you. I'd like to thank your club for always supporting us as your mother club. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So next we shall go to the announcements. We have two important announcements. And I shall ask the club admin director to start us off. Director Liz.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, members. Thank you for joining in on the meeting. So the month of March 2021, we are all going to Kampala. Our twin club, the Rotary Club of Kampala Metropolitan, have asked us to join them for our twinning fellowship. This is going to be a road trip. Details are going to be shared. The previous information that we received from them, we already shared on the official group. More details are going to be shared. We're also going for planning purposes. We will share with you the details. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Liz, Director Liz. The next announcement is from our treasurer, Rotarian Keshi.
Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year.
Good evening.
Mine is more of a suggestion that I'd raised in the official group. I was requesting whether we can consider maybe and adopt during the next club assembly that we be raising our invoices early in the year, maybe January, invoices for the next Rotary year, and people be paying before 30th of June, so that by the time we are starting the next Rotary year, we know the people who will be in the RI list, so as to avoid the issues that we've been having of having to pay for people, then midway they drop out or they don't pay, and the club has to bear the financial obligation. Thank you, President.
Thank you very, very much, Director Keshi, for that. We shall add it to we shall speak to the secretary, and we shall have it as one of the agenda items for our February club assembly. So thank you for that. Just before we move to the speaker introduction, I'd just like to ask, at least, 3 people in attendance. You don't have to be a member. You could raise your hand and just say, what's your thought about, 2021? Are you aspiring to achieve more, for all of us to achieve more, or, relatively the same, or do you think that, you know, it'll get worse? Like just basically, what are your thoughts about the year that we're getting into? Yeah, so I'll open this out. So I'll ask past President Josh to give it a first go. It doesn't have to be, you know, in the same light. Like, what are your ambitions for 2021? DP Josh? Okay, let's try someone else. We shall ask the newest Rotarian in our club, Faith. Rotarian Faith?
Hi.
Hey.
For me, 2021, my personal thoughts, I'm optimistic about it. Definitely, all our journeys are different, so everyone has experienced it differently. For myself, I'm being optimistic for recovery. Recovery on yeah, for recovery, really. I'm just hoping 2021 is the year for recovery for what happened in 2020.
Okay. And what are you looking forward to, like, this year as you as Faith?
As Faith, this year, growth. I'm looking forward to growth. Whatever I put on hold in 2020, that I recover. Okay, that I realize whatever I put on hold in 2020. That is what I am aiming for and hoping for.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So for the second person, I will ask Rotarian Stalin Moses. Just give us your thoughts for 2021, you know, what you aspire to achieve during the year. Rotarian Stalin.
Good evening, fellow Rotarians.
Good evening.
This is a surprise, but I'm grateful that we've been able to make it through. Actually, the way I see it is I really don't peg it on the year per se, but a continuation of being more change driven this year to be more impactful to people around me and you know, to make meaning of the year, if I may put it that way.
Okay, that's great.
So
Thanks.
I will, yeah. One of the things I'll try to achieve is to be more proactive in other aspects of life.
Okay, that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Okay, so
Most welcome.
We shall move to the next part of the meeting. This is the introduction, and I will ask our Vice President, Wanja, to introduce the guest speaker. VP Wanja.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, fantastic. I just wanted to confirm that I could be heard. Happy New Year and good evening, fellow Rotarians, guests, and Rotaractors. Mine is very brief. It's to basically introduce someone who's not new to us, especially the club members. This is our immediate past president, Madam President Njoki Mainge. And she currently serves as our club trainer, explaining why today she's actually taking us through membership. And she has a finance background. She's in finance. And yeah, we're happy to have her. Sorry, I'm disoriented because I'm still on the road trying to get home. But yes, karibu sana Njoki.
Thank you very much, Wanja. Glad to virtually see most of you here. Happy New Year to all of you. It's been a tough year, but this year we're just going to prove that we are tougher. So I'm the club treasurer, and around late last year, I was requested by the president to take us through a brief membership training. It is something that I would like maybe a couple of more times, as I am still the trainer for the next 6 months, to be taking us through some well, can I say some channels or some, I don't want to call them avenues because I'll just confuse newer members, but some bits into that are based towards Rotary, which includes foundation membership. Maybe PR might be a bit of a tall order for me, and youth service. So I'm just going to take you briefly through for the new members and maybe, and then for our guests, what Rotary is. So all this information I have pulled it out from the constitution of the clubs, and the constitution of RI. RI is Rotary International for our members. So I'll just give you a brief to what Rotary is. So Rotary is a philosophy of life that undertakes to reconcile the ever-present conflict between desire to profit yourself and the duty and impulse to serve others. So this philosophy is a philosophy of service, which is our motto, service above self. And it's based on the practical ethical principle that one profits most who serves best. That's also another lesser used motto of Rotary. So we have service above self, and then one profits most who serves best. So you'll find that members come together to form a club, and then these clubs are the ones which come together to form Rotary International. So Rotary clubs are members of Rotary International, and then individual people are members of Rotary clubs. Same applies to Rotaract, same applies to Interact, and all other programs of Rotary. So an individual Rotary club has the absolute autonomy in selection of community service activities that appeal to the club and are suited to the community. Because you might have in your community, you might have a challenge of maybe basic education. Maybe there might be lack of proper schools, but you should look at that need other than going to get into another community service project or activity that maybe you want to focus on water, and maybe there's already water in the community, and maybe they're lacking a hospital or they're lacking schools. So you have the absolute autonomy to select the community service project that you want to deal with based on the needs of the community itself. So long as that community service activity does not obscure the object of Rotary or jeopardize the primary purpose for which a Rotary club is organized. So we are guided by a four-way test. The four-way test It was created in 1932 by Rotarian Herbert J. Taylor. He later on became a president of Rotary International. We recited it at the beginning. I can probably just take us through it. It states that of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Essentially, these are the principles that we should live by. We usually just say it without really putting so much thought into it, but you're supposed to actually, before you make any decision, you should actually think of, let it be guided by what you're thinking, what you're saying, and what you're doing before you actually act on any decision that you're going to work on. We're also guided by the objects of Rotary. We hardly ever say these ones, but the objects of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster, first, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity of service. Second, high ethical standards in business and profession, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. Fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. So you'll find service is generally the foundation of the project of Rotary. There are 5 avenues of service, that is club service. It involves action a member should take within the club to help it function successfully. There's a vocational service, purpose of promoting high ethical standards in business and professions, recognizing worthiness of all dignified occupations and fostering the ideal of service in the pursuit of all vocations. Community service, which comprises the varied efforts that a member makes, sometimes in conjunction with others, to improve the quality of life to those who live within the club's community or locality. International service, I think Director Liz made an announcement on that with our twin club, Kampala Metropolitan. These are the activities that to advance international understanding and peace by fostering acquaintance with people of other countries, their cultures, customs, accomplishments, aspirations, and problems. Lastly, youth service. It recognizes the positive change implemented by youth and young adults. Basically, these are the activities that we do with our Rotary clubs. Madaraka is fortunate to be sponsor club to Rotary Club of University of Nairobi, Afya. So, because this training was geared towards membership, I'll take you a little bit about the memberships of our club. So, the membership of RI consists of clubs, of Rotary clubs and Rotaract clubs, and Interact clubs for that purpose, which continue to perform obligations as set forth in its constitution and its bylaws. So a club shall be composed of adult persons who demonstrate good character, integrity, and leadership, possess good reputation within their business, profession, occupation, and/or community, and are willing to serve their community around the world, and having their place of business or residence located in the locality of the club or surrounding area. So when a prospective member or a guest joins the club, maybe for attending our meetings, they come in by invitation. So you must be introduced by a Rotarian in the club that you want to join. So this Rotarian is your mentor, is your sponsor. They're the person whose responsibility is to inform you and advise you and take you through the membership journey. So you'll find that this person shall tell you what is expected of you once you show interest or express interest that you want to join the membership of the club. So every club must have a well-balanced membership. No one business or one profession or one occupation or one type of community service predominates. So there has to be a healthy mix. The bylaws of RI provide for active and honorary membership. So what happens is when the members come together and they say that they want to form a club, they apply for membership in RI, and then they're given a chance. Once the membership is approved, that is based on the governor, the sitting governor has to also approve it. The club has to have the capacity to pay the dues and also adapt the constitution and the bylaws. Then it's forwarded to Rotary International. Rotary International accepts or rejects the application. So if it's granted, you receive a certificate of membership in RI. So that means that you accept and ratify and agree to be bound by all things not contrary to law, by the constitutions and the bylaws of RI. So in terms of dues, I think our treasurer had gone through it a bit. Every club shall pay Rotary International per capita dues semi-annually or any other dates that are established by RI. At the moment, it is semi-annually. So we receive an invoice in July and we receive an invoice in January. So 2 invoices in the course of the Rotary year, of which we have a limited time to settle those dues. Sorry about that. So, like I said earlier, there are 2 types of membership. There's active membership and honorary members. So an active member shall be known as a Rotarian. And with that Rotarian, with that name or that, that deed as a Rotarian, you are entitled first to wear the emblem or badge or any other insignia of RI. You're expected to pay dues. You're expected to participate in the club activities. You're expected to participate in community activities. You're also expected to have an attendance at the club meetings. There's also honorary members. Now, honorary members are maybe persons who have made an impact in the communities that we serve. Recently, I saw the governor of Mombasa is an honorary member of the Rotary Club of Mombasa. Yeah. So every Rotarian, every honorary member of a club shall be known as an honorary Rotarian. They can wear the emblem or the badge and any other insignia of RI, so long as that member holds honorary membership in the club. So what I find that is that there is a timeline, it's time bound. So you can be told that you're going to be an honorary member of this club for, let's say, a year. After that, you cease to be an honorary member of that club. So let's talk a bit about, so we've discussed, I've gone through what it takes to be a member in the club. Now let's talk about dark side of the moon, the suspension or termination of membership. So let's first talk about termination of a club by Rotary International. So assuming we don't pay our dues, we will be terminated. And then we will be just the club formerly known as Rotary Club of Madaraka. So the RI board, the Rotary International board, may suspend or terminate a club or that fails to pay its dues or any other financial obligations, that retains a member who misuses Rotary Foundation funds or who breaches Rotary Foundation stewardship policies in a separate training, we'll go through Rotary Foundation. On a side note, Rotary Foundation is a foundation that does good. It's the arm. It's the arm that does the community service, funding, writing the projects. Yeah, we'll go through that training all the time. Thirdly, another reason where a Rotary Club might be terminated or suspended, initiates or maintains or retains a member who initiates or maintains litigation against RI or Rotary Foundation, including their directors, trustees, officers, agents, and employees, before exhausting all remedies in the constitutional documents. Fails to appropriately address any youth protection allegation against a member. The board may suspend a club that does not report timely membership changes to Rotary International. The board may terminate a club that ceases to operate, fails to meet regularly, or otherwise fails to function, but only after requesting that the governor submit a report on the circumstances of that termination. And lastly, on the governor's request, the governor might actually request Rotary International to terminate the membership of a certain club if its membership falls below 6 members. So during a suspension, a club has no rights under the bylaws, retaining only its rights under the RI Constitution. But if the club is actually terminated, it cannot use the name, it cannot use the emblem, any other insignia of Rotary, have no proprietary rights in the property of RI, and needs to return its charter to Rotary International. So once your club is terminated, you are no longer a Rotarian. So you cannot address yourself or introduce yourself as such. But you can reorganize the club. Once the club is terminated, it can be reorganized under a new name. That's why you have a Rotary Club of Madaraka East, Rotary Club of Madaraka Sunrise. So you can have it in a new name, in a new area, or in the same area, but you have to start the process all over again. And you have to previously pay your debts, any debts. So you subject to a charter fee or payment of any debt you have towards to RI. I've gone through the members. Okay. For other members who want to join the club, other than the active and the honorary, we have transferring members. So I'll give an example of Dr. Mark. He joined our club from Rotary Club of Embu. So that you get a member maybe who has moved jobs or moved, maybe just moved localities. So they can join any nearby club, provided that they do not have any pending dues in the previous club, and this has to be shown in writing. So if the president of the former club commits that member is okay, then he can be inducted into your home club. Dual membership within Rotary clubs is not allowed, and you cannot be an active member and an honorary member at the same time, because when you're an honorary member, you are exempt from paying dues. You cannot vote. You cannot hold any club office. That means any directorate. You cannot hold any classification, and you are not entitled to attend any meetings or all meetings. You can only visit. You can only visit other clubs and introduce yourself as an honorary member of a club, but that's more or less it. So you cannot have both active and honorary membership in the same club. Actually, I don't think you can actually be an active member and an honorary member in any club, not just in one club. Something interesting I have seen, persons who have distinguished themselves by meritorious service in the furtherance of Rotary ideals, and those considered friends of Rotary for their support to Rotary causes may be elected to honorary membership in more than one club. Okay, so I guess you can hold honorary membership in more than one club, provided that you have distinguished yourself by acts within the community. Every member shall pay annual dues. I think that one we have gone through it. The duration of membership, it's unless the club is terminated, you can be a member for as long as you wish to be a member. But you can also be terminated. Your membership can be terminated. You can terminate yourself. Let's say maybe you wish to take a special leave of absence, not to exceed 1 year. Maybe if you've moved to a different maybe county or country, and you need time to get into the membership of a new club, so you can get a special leave of absence. And that member who is in good standing has had their membership terminated, they may reapply for membership again with the same classification. For termination of honorary members, if the timeline expires, the honorary membership also expires. But in case in the middle of it, the club can also be able to revoke an honorary membership at any times. Also, the termination if you are not able to pay your dues within 30 days after they fall due. And this shall be notified in writing by the secretary/treasurer. If the dues are not paid within 10 days after notification, the board may terminate membership at its discretion. And the same board may reinstate the former member to membership if former member requests and pays up all debts to the club. Another termination is if you do not attend at least 30% of the club's regular meetings and consecutive absences. So you don't attend and you don't give up apologies or any explanation. You may be
sorry, IPP. Your microphone seems to be rubbing against a fabric.
Well, thanks. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Are you doing the call inside the blanket?
It's cold. It's cold here.
Okay.
So,
thanks.
Sorry. Okay. Other causes of termination. The board terminate the membership of any member who ceases to have qualification of club membership. So, if you are voted by your peers that they don't want you to be a member, well, that will be removed. That needs 2/3 of the members present to vote. But there is a right to appeal and mediate and arbitrate termination. All this I can share maybe in the Constitution. It can do for some light reading in case you want to get into the nitty-gritties of it. Also, if a member wants to resign, they can also resign in writing. That can be addressed to the president or the secretary. So unless the member owes a debt to the club, the resolution just goes through. There are also clauses for temporary suspension in case there are accusations towards a member, credible accusations that are made that a member has refused or neglected to comply with the Constitution, or is guilty of conduct unbecoming a member or harmful to the club. I hope that it never gets to that level with our membership. So once you are I think think this is maybe the last part. So as a member or as a club per se, as a club, any public question involving the welfare of the community, the nation, and the world is a proper subject of fair informed discussion as a club meeting. However, the club shall not express an opinion on any pending controversial public measure. Secondly, no endorsements. The club shall not endorse or recommend any candidate for public office and shall not discuss at any club meeting the merits or demerits of such candidates. I don't know whether we have any big persons with political ambitions in this club. Section 3, non-political. The club shall neither adopt nor circulate resolutions or opinions and shall not take action dealing with world affairs or international policies of a political nature. So more or less, it's like we do not mix Rotary and politics. We all know that politics are a highly emotive subject, so we try and not have a club opinion in that. I guess that's what it takes to be a member, and that's what is required. I would actually ask anyone with any questions, or I can take it back to the president. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, IPP. For questions, we shall first jump to the SAA as we just ponder what our IPP has told us. Please, let's feel free to ask any questions, no matter how wild they might sound. We learn every day, and I hope that the IPP will be able to respond to some of the questions that we have. So for this segment, I shall ask Director Austin, our SAA for the day, to step in and discharge the duties.
Thank you, Mr. President. Everyone, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well.
Happy New Year.
I hope
Happy New Year.
well. I hope we're keeping safe. And I hope we have all started the year on a good note. I'm honored to be the SA for this evening. I think the fact that we've all crossed over and are alive and healthy, that should be sufficient enough to have oiled us enough and in readiness for the SAA's session. First, of course, let me thank the trainer this evening, Madam Njoki. Thank you so much, IPP. So this evening's SAA session will be purely on how we won't be punishing anyone because we don't want to start the year on a punishing note. And so, yeah, those who are happy, sads, kindly take it up. So how we do it is basically you could either raise your hand on the chat side or unmute yourself and proceed to do your happies or sads. The standard happy rate is $1. The same applies to a sad dollar, where $1 is equivalent to 100 Kenyan shillings. Welcome once again. Let's take it off. So anyone with a happy or a sad?
Njoki Mengi has raised her hand.
Okay.
My happy is to the guest speaker of today. She will do her best to answer all questions, but I can see that some previous trainers and some incoming trainers are on this call. So if I am not able to, kindly jump in.
Thank you so much. So Njoki, I assume that is a happy dollar from you.
Yes, it is.
Asante sana. Elizabeth?
Thank you, Mr. SA. Mine is just to wish everyone a happy new year. I'm not going to claim that this is my year because it might spoil and then I'll be blamed. But happy new year to everyone. Good that we jumped the new year. Thank you.
That's quite the direct translation. Jumped, eh?
Wagwan.
Keshi?
Mine is just an appreciation to the first Rotary meeting for the year.
Sorry, Keshi, didn't get you.
Thank you. An appreciation just for the first Rotary meeting of the year.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wanja?
Mine are $2 happy. One to the guest speaker.
Thank you.
Yes.
Proceed.
Kusindikiza yake. And the second one is it's a new year and I'm happy to see everyone and that we jumped the year very well. Asante.
Fantastic, fantastic. Once again, members, I wish to remind you that since we are on the digital era, the happy and the sad will be remitted through M-Pesa. So the M-Pesa number, the pay bill number, and attendant details are on the screens. So kindly proceed to make payments there. Next, we have Njoki Ndungu.
Thanks, Austin. Happy New Year, everyone. My $2 happy are to my namesake, Madam IPP. Thank you very much for taking us through the training. And my second happy dollar is just to thank God for allowing us to see another year and hoping for a year full of endless possibilities.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Njoki. Daktari, Mark?
Thanks, Austin. I have $3 happy. One for IPP for the training. My second dollar is for the new year and for the first fellowship for the year. And finally, my third happy dollar is for RC.
Daktari, can you hear us?
Yes, am I now clear?
I don't know if it's just mine that is breaking.
We can hear you, Dr. Mark.
Okay, Austin, work on your network. So my third happy dollar is for RC Nairobi Madaraka, having accepted me when I applied for a move from Embu. In line with today's training, that's it.
Karibu sana, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mark. Stalin. By the way, Wanja, your hand is still up, so you're coming next after Stalin.
Thank you very much, Austin. Mine is $2 happy to a promising new year and to the African free trade thingy, forgotten the after, something like that.
Asante, Stalin. Next we have Corinne Mbati.
Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks, Austin. I have $2 happy. One, just thanking God for a new year, 2021. We survived 2020 and we're just happy we're all here. So looking forward to an amazing year. And the second happy, looking forward to a fruitful year and even for just growth of the club and looking forward to be a Rotarian this year. Thanks.
Fantastic, fantastic, Corinne. I think you'll be a good addition to the club. We look forward to having you as a member. Endelea na mtindo huu wa attend meetings.
Thank you.
Next we have Wakili Lydia Dirango.
Oh, thank you, Austin. I have one happy and one sad. Sad dollar is I lost a number of people last year to the pandemic. So that's my sad dollar. My happy dollar is I'm glad that I made it into the new year. Yeah. And
Thank
that all
you.
of you made it as well.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Who is next? Who is next? Who is next? Guys, feel free to give generously. Remember, it's a new year. Oh, Njiru.
Thank you, Austin. A happy new year to everyone. I have two happy dollars. The first one is to IPP in Choki. That was an insightful presentation. Looking forward to the Q&A session. And the second one is to New Beginnings. I'm happy that my daughter started school today, and we all look forward to a happy year. Thank you.
Nice. Many congratulations to her, Njiru.
Ow.
Sorry, I keep losing voice. I don't know if it's just me.
We can hear you, Austin. We can hear you.
Okay, sorry, I keep losing voice. Sorry for that. So we have one more, I think. Who was that? Let me see. Mukami, did you want to give something? I can see you've moved up the ladder. Please say something, Mukami. We've missed you. Mukami wetu.
Hi guys. Good evening.
Good evening. Mukami.
Yes, I can contribute for making it to a new year.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And for all of us who are here surviving 2020. So those are two happy dollars.
Two happy dollars from Mukami. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much, Mukami.
Okay.
Guests, I can see a number of guests, I think. Please feel free. The happies and the sads are given in appreciation of what has happened to you over the last couple of days. You can give in appreciation of what has happened to you over the last year. By the mere fact that you've woken up this morning and you're well, healthy, we should all give thanks to the various people we believe are responsible for it. So give a happy, give a sad for what you think is appropriate to you. If you are shy of speaking or saying a word, please proceed to give that happy or a sad directly through the M-Pesa line. The details are displayed on the screen. Washera, I can see you giggling over there. Say something, say hello.
Hi, Happy New Year.
Hi, Washera.
Hi.
How are
My
you?
happy goes to Happy New Year.
Fantastic. Sorry, have I cut her out?
No, I think she was done. See, the happy the new year. So
thank you so much, Washera. Anyone with a sad? I've had many happies and only one sad, I think, from Wakili Lydia. Anyone with a sad? This is the time we get to encourage you. All right. I think I'll proceed to do mine. So one, my first happy is to, of course, getting through last year, the tough year that it was for all of us, or for most of us, and being able to cross over and start a fresh year. There's a thing about starting a fresh year, you just feel rejuvenated. You feel like this is another chance to do better. So that's my first happy. The second happy is to all of you. Happy to see you this evening, though electronically. I think my gut feeling is very soon we'll be meeting physically. We all look forward to seeing each other. My third is a sad, unfortunately. We lost a colleague. I lost a colleague. I think the Wakili fraternity lost a colleague who I happen to know very well. She was my classmate, a friend for many years, a mother, a wife to someone, you know, in very unfortunate circumstances. And I'm sure most of you have seen it online. So my sad is to Elizabeth Koki. We personally have lost a friend I knew, a friend I sat next to in law school, a friend I shared notes, a friend I borrowed notes from. I feel it. It's very unfortunate that she had to go in that brutal way. That's my sad. And then finally, I think in appreciation of the number of guests this evening, I'd like to give an extra happy. Feel free to join us over and over again for our meetings, for our sessions. Rotary is in many ways, just as Njoki said, we are not just about fellowship, there is so much more. Join us in various events, join us in various sessions, whether it's the actual fellowship, a social, a swallowship. We welcome you, we appreciate you, and we thank you so much. And with that, I'd like to hand over back to the president, unless I've missed something.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Director Austin. I have $5 happy. The first one is to the new year. I'm extremely optimistic. I mean, I have nothing to lose by being optimistic. Secondly, is to great travel. I had a great trip. I had lots of fun. Got to celebrate New Year's in a different way. Third happy dollar is to the guest speaker. Always great hearing from Njoki. Njoki is she knows a lot about Rotary. And she knows everyone in Rotary. She claims to be antisocial, but yeah, she knows everyone in Rotary. Fourth happy dollar is to the club and to everyone who in this attendance for this meeting. Thank you for being here. Final happy dollar is it's a Monday. It's a great start to an amazing week. So it's a $5 happy. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your participation. So we shall go back to the guest speaker. And if you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll take questions in groups of 2. Thank you. Any questions? So the first question is from Starlin Moses. He's saying, so if Rotary is apolitical, then how come we always make it a royal contest to be a royal? Oh, sorry, sorry. We make it a loyal toast to the president. Joking. IPP?
Sorry.
Hello, IPP?
Hello. Yes. Let me get that question again. Huh?
So if Rotary is apolitical, then how come we always make a loyal toast to the president? So when we're starting the meeting.
Okay. In my view, the presidency is not political, it's governance. So it would be weird to say a toast to the Rotary Club I toast to the president of the political party of Jubilee. So I think it's more of just respecting the laws of the land, acknowledging that sorry, I have a backup singer here. Acknowledging that we as a club, we are still governed under the laws of Kenya. So it's just a bit of respect or acknowledgement, per se. That's in my view. I don't know whether anyone has any other take on that.
Okay, thank you. Any other question? So maybe let me take you back a bit, IPP. There was that issue last year that came up with this whole conversation on, the importance of the training and a refresher to members. So the question was that, I, as someone Malaki, attends all meetings faithfully. I come for all projects. However, because I do not meet the attendance participation, but I don't meet the obligation, which is monetary. I'm not allowed to, be a member of the club and, take part in member-only activities such as voting. I just want to hear your take on that and why it is the way I just explained. Why is it that you can meet everything, but if you miss the financial obligation, you are not considered as a member?
Can you hear me?
You can hear you, but you're quite faint.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. In my humble opinion, this is what I reckon. I think that I think there's a place here I have said that let me just get it. There's somewhere it has mentioned friends of Rotary. Sorry, let me just get it. Persons who have distinguished themselves by meritorious service in the furtherance of Rotary ideals, and those considered as friends of Rotary for their support in Rotary cause may be elected to honorary membership in more than one club. Okay. In my thinking, yes, you may not be able to pay dues. That's for your membership. In my thinking, it's that you've given your time, right, and you've given your attendance. Though, honestly speaking, in Madaraka, it is very rare to find a mix of the three. In fact, we can count the number of people, and unfortunately, I have been on that side of the platform where you get to see from another angle that for you to become a member, for you to call yourself a member of the club, you must have paid your dues, you must attend your fellowships and meetings, and you must attend club service and community services. You must give your time, your money, and your vocation. It's rare to find the three. So, in my thinking, if you fall, if the list of RI members are generated by those people who are on the RI list, and it is unfortunate that they will give an invoice to Joki Maingi or Austin Malaki.
Hi, Joki. Sorry to interrupt. Could you be a bit louder, please?
you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Now we can hear you.
Okay, sorry about that. So these invoices are generated from the people who are on the RI list, and you are on the RI list if you have paid your dues or you have committed to pay your dues. And that those are the people who essentially the club asks to vote or even to be nominated, because you cannot be nominated for a position and then you go ahead and you want to put your name on the RI register for your position and you're not in the RI list. It's a case of, it's just round the roundabout. We circle this issue, we circle it. In my opinion, you can give it, it's just nile tu tuseme nini, ni ile tu bahati mbaya. You have to be a full member to vote, and you have to be a full member to nominate, and you have to be a full member to be voted in. And how do you become a full member if you're on the RI list? How are you on the RI list? You pay dues. Unless anyone else, maybe the president might have a different opinion. Unfortunately, that's how it is.
Thank you, Joki. So the last two questions, we shall pick them from the chat. The last questions. The first one is from your namesake, Joki Dungo, and her question is it in order for Rotary to start with the national anthem? That's the first one. And then the second one is, this is from Elizabeth Wanjiru. She's saying, Madam IPP, are there any clubs in the district that have had to be disbanded based on the RI guidelines? Also, why can't a disbanded club be reformed under the same name?
Okay, let me start with Liz. Yes, there are clubs in the district that have been disbanded based on RI guidelines. They have been disbanded, then they have been reorganized, then they have been disbanded again, and they have been disorganized. Reorganized. If a club is given grant funding and they misappropriate it, or they are not able to correctly account for it, they're given several chances by the foundation. If they are not able to properly account for it, the foundation gives a recommendation. It's not even a recommendation, that, and I think is even an instruction that that club needs to be disbanded, and that club is disbanded. So that's just one of the examples. Another one, yes, if you do not pay dues to RI, you are disbanded, for lack of a better word. Also, why can't a disbanded club be reformed under the same name? Because the current name is already there in records. They won't wipe you off. They will just you know that thing where you put that's where your report form says "see me." So you're still there. You're still in the class, but there's an asterisk next to you. So unfortunately, I do know of clubs that what can I say? Foxes that just change their sheepskin. So you'll find the same members come in, form a new club, have the same issues or bring the same politics or issues such as that. Then that club dies. They form another one. So you'll find that under someone's name you have like 3-4 clubs. So the names are still there. The names are still there, but you cannot recreate the same. You cannot be given the same number, same phone number. It has to change. Joki, you asked, why do we need to do we need to have to recite the national anthem, to sing the national anthem? That one is based on club to club. I go for meetings. Sometimes they don't sing. Other countries they sing. Other countries they do the moral toast. There are standards ways that I know you have to do the 4-way test. And I know the president has to give a loyal to us just to respect the laws of the land. But for the national anthem, also it depends on the timing. You'll find that there are people who sing the whole national anthem, 3 stanzas. There are others who do just basic. It depends on your membership actually as a president, and also depending on your club. There are clubs that meet at lunchtime, don't have time for all that. So it depends on the members, how the members want to really capture everything. There are even clubs who say the objects of Rotary. In fact, in Uganda, we have a lot of those members who say objects of Rotary. So it depends on different presidents, it depends on different boards, it depends on the members. And I see a question from Jiri, past President Jiri. Do we have a formal standard pre-induction process across all clubs in Rotary? No, we do not have a standard pre-induction process. It is per club, based on your bylaws, based on your what the members have decided. Like, you have to attend this number of meetings. There are clubs that you can find that your club kumekuwa kubaya, that you do not even have enough members. You're almost dying out. So you can have like a mass induction process, a mass membership hunting process. So we don't have time to take you through 20 meetings, 5 community service projects. It goes by play to play. And that's why you find the assistant governors really visit clubs to just try and advise the presidents on how to go about it. If you can afford to sift and get the top layer of members, then you have that luxury. But if your things are falling apart and you actually need a membership drive, you cannot really, you don't have that luxury. You have to take it play by play. So there is no formal standard pre-induction for all clubs in Rotary. I don't know whether there was any other question. I think Eshu had asked a question. If you have, what happens if a member takes over 1 year of absence? If you say that you're going to take I think a special absence. So I was using a phone, and I think that question disappeared in that one. If you take a special leave for more than a year, honestly, that one I'm not sure. I have not seen a scenario where someone takes over a year. Most people, they just say that they step back from the club. I've not seen someone is yet to formally come and say that they have taken up over a year's break, and then maybe they come back. So if they come back, the better for the club. We always accept people who are friends of Rotary to come back to the club. Unfortunately, if they don't, they are still deemed. I think in this club we have a lot of leniency. There are a lot of people who are still kept on in the loop as members. So I think we still treat them, because I think in Madaraka it's more than Rotary. It's now family, and with action and with that familiarity and the friendliness and the fellowship and everything, it's very hard to just shun someone out. So you'll find that maybe they have taken a year's absence. Unfortunately, maybe they are not still on the RI list because of the problems with the paying of the dues, but they're still kept in the loop for all activities and information through WhatsApp, through calls to the president. If someone wants to get the information, I believe the information is right there. Nobody shuns someone away for taking a leave of absence. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very, very much, IPP. So shall hand over to Rotarian Lydia Ndirango for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just 1 minute. So thank you, Madam IPP, for the very nice presentation that you've given us and for giving us a quick background and snippet into what membership in Rotary is. I think it's a very lengthy topic, so maybe in future you can share with us slides, because I know there's a lot of information and usually the questions would be more than the time that we have. So thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and for helping us understand the basics in such a short duration and for answering all the questions that that we have had. Yes, thank you.
We can always ask the president to take us for what's that thing called? Club retreat.
Yes, we need a club retreat, and we have first we have the what's it called, the Uganda trip in March, and then when is DCA? Is it in April? And I'm in that committee. We have DCA and no. We're just making a pipeline. So I was going to show how we have space in February for an activity, a club retreat, so that we can go and learn about membership and get to know members better. Okay. So thank you everyone for being here this evening. Really appreciate your time. So for the final toast, I shall ask, those with a drink glass, please charge it. While those with, if you don't have a glass, place your hand over your heart. To the Rotary Club of UON Afya, this is Rotary Madaraka, to Rotary and Rotary the world over.
Rotary and Rotary the world over.
World over.
The world over.
Thank you, everyone.